Respected elders, educationists, teachers, and dear students, welcome. In this class, we are going to see five couplets under the chapter 27 Penance from 266 to 270. Five couplets under the chapter Penance. We have to see what is the concept of Valduvan about penance. What he wants to tell us through penance. Come, let us see. Tirukural, comments and explanations with the new dimension. Five couplets from 266 to 270. Video, live 108. Dated 8/6/2024. See, couplet 266. Those who lead ascetic life lead a fruitful life. Others, enslaved by desires, would lead a distressing life. What is the message of this couplet? That is, Valduvan says, those who lead ascetic life lead a fruitful life. Others, enslaved by desires, would lead a distressing life. That is, Valduvan says that those who are undertaking penance are leading a useful life. Others, that is, those who are not undertaking penance, would suffer from distress. Those who undertake penance would lead a fruitful life. Those who do not undertake penance would lead a distressful life. This is the content of this couplet. Explanation. People leading ascetic life alone are leading virtuous life. People not leading ascetic life would suffer, become a prey to physical and mental distress. Let's see, people leading ascetic life alone are leading virtuous life. People not leading ascetic life would suffer, become a prey to physical and mental desires. That is, to avoid distressing life caused by earthly desires, man should lead ascetic life. That is, for leading a distress-free life, we should lead ascetic life. To lead distress-free life, man should lead ascetic life. This is the concept of world. See, this is the explanation. If so, what is the content? Ascetic life is superior to domestic life. Ascetic life is superior to domestic life. What is the core? What is the hidden? Content is the open page, open message. What is the hidden message? What is the core of this couplet? That is, ascetic life is only life. Ascetic life is only life. This is the core. My comment is, If all lead ascetic life, how can human race flourish? This is my question. If all choose to lead an ascetic life, then how human race would flourish? Are all people other than ascetics sinful? My another question. If ascetics are useful people, great people, then what about non-ascetic people? Are they sinful? Here is my question. So okay. Again, those who lead ascetic life will lead a fruitful life. Others, enslaved by desires, would lead a distressing life. That is, people who are leading ascetic life are only leading a fruitful life. Others, that is, non-ascetics, are not leading a fruitful life. They are leading only a distressful life. Couplet 267. As much cold is heated, its brightness would increase. As much ascetic is hurt by distress, his brightness would increase. As much gold is heated, its brightness would increase. Like that, as much ascetic is hurt by distress, his brightness would increase. This is this is the message. The message of this couplet is when gold is melted, all the impurities get away. When gold is melted, all the impurities present in it are removed, get away. Like that, penance. When a man takes penance, the sufferings, the distress he faces because of penance, remove the evil thinkings in his mind, and his mind becomes pure. Then he could achieve whatever he wants. This is the couplet. That is, when gold is heated, when gold is melted, or when gold is heated, all impurities present in it are removed. Like that, when a man takes penance, all the evil thinking present in his mind are removed. Then his mind gets enlightened. That's all. As heat pures, as heat purifies gold, penance purifies man. When gold is melted, it loses its impurity and becomes pure. Just as when a man does penance, his mind loses its impurity and becomes enlightened. That is, as gold becomes pure when heated, the mind would become pure by penance. That is, man could get enlightened through penance. Man could get enlightened by penance. What is the content? That is, what is the outward message of this couplet? Penance is the right medicine to destroy desire. Penance is the right medicine to destroy a desire. This is the outward message of this couplet. If so, what is its core meaning? What is its core idea? That is, domestic life coupled with desire is not life. This is the core idea. That is, the content is the outward message is penance is the right medicine to destroy desire. If so, the core is what is behind it? Domestic life coupled with desire is not life. Domestic, I say, he says, domestic life is not a life because it is coupled with desire. Ascetic life is a real life because it is free from desire. Okay. See, my note, my comment. If man thinks wisely, he could find out the evil things ruling his mind and remove them wisely. Scientifically, penance is not an advisable one. This is my comment. That is, if man thinks rightly, wisely, he could find out the evil things existing or ruling him, and he could remove them from his mind. Yes. Then, scientifically, penance is not an advisable one. Again, as much gold is heated, its brightness would increase. As much asset is hurt by as much ascetic is hurt by distress, his brightness would increase. That is, as much a gold is heated, it would become pure. Like that, as much penance hurts, as much penance hurts a man, he would get enlightened. Couplet 268. The man who has got a full virtuous mind would be worshipped by all beings with full mind. The man who has got a full virtuous mind would be worshipped by all beings with full mind. That is, what is the message of this? That is, if a man removes the evil thinkings from his mind and make his mind pure, then he would become a great man, pure man. Then all the living beings living on the earth worship him with folded hands. This is the message of this couplet. That is, the man who has got a full virtuous mind would be worshipped by all beings with a full mind. That is, if a man removes all the evil thinkings from his mind and makes his mind totally pure and lead a virtuous life, then all living beings living on the earth would worship him with folded hands. The explanation: the man who has got a totally pure mind by his virtuous thinking and doing would be worshipped and greeted by all living beings with full heart. Again, the man who has got a totally pure mind by his virtuous thinking and doing, would be worshipped and greeted by all living beings with full heart. That is, the man of virtuous mind would be worshipped by all living beings. That is, even was would worship pure man. Even was would worship pure man. This is the explanation. Then content. What is the outward message? Even was would worship pure man. Even was would worship pure man. What is the core? What is the inner idea? What is the core of this couplet? Even was would scare off impure man. Even was would scare off, that is, drive away. Even was would scare off impure man. This is the hidden, that is the core of this couplet. Again, the man who has got a full virtuous mind would be worshipped by all beings with a full mind. That is, if a man leads a full virtuous life, all living beings on the earth would worship him with full heart. Couplet 269. The man who performs penance can gain the power, even death, to face. What is the message hidden in this couplet? The man who performs penance can gain the power, even death, to face. This is the couplet. That is, if a man undertakes penance, he could gain tremendous mental power. With the help of that mental power, he could escape from death. Again, if a man undertakes penance, he could gain a great mental power. From the help of that mental power, he could overcome even death. This is the message of this couplet. That is, by penance, a man escape from death. Shortly, by penance, a man can escape from death. Explanation. If a man did penance, he could gain wonderful power. With the help of that power, he could defeat even death. That is, if a man performs penance, he can gain what he wants. That is, a man can gain anything through penance. That's all. A man can gain anything through penance. What is the outward message? That is what is the content. It is the outward message. Even death could be killed by penance. Even death could be destroyed by penance. What is the core? What is the hidden idea? Penitents have no death. This is the core of this couplet. Penitents have no death. That is, ascetics. Penitence means ascetics. Penitents have no death. Death cannot touch penitence. I mean, it is not my, it is not my concept. It is the concept of our living. Note, Any courtship could be overcome by wisdom and virtuous deeds. If penance is wisdom, what is penance for while wisdom lives? This is my question. Any courtship could be overcome by wisdom and virtuous deeds. If penance is wisdom, what is penance for while wisdom lives? That is, you can gain enlightenment through penance. What is the need of penance while we are already enjoying enlightenment? That is again, if we could gain wisdom through penance, why should we undertake penance while we are already having wisdom? This is my comment. Again, the man who performs penance can gain the power even death to face. That is, if a man undertakes penance, he would gain wonderful power. With the help of that power, he could challenge even death. That is, the power of penance, the power gained through penance, would be helpful even to challenge death. Couplet 270. The reason for few haves and have nots many. The reason for few haves and have nots many is there are few ascetics and family men many. See, Valluvan puts the question in this couplet, through this couplet, the reason for few haves and have nots many is there are few ascetics and family men many. See, let us see that is, in the world, most of the people are poor by material wealth. By material wealth, most of the people on the earth are poor. Only a very people are materially rich. What is the reason for it? Valluvan asks us, what is the reason for this difference? I mean, 90%, more than 90% people are poor by material things, while 5% of people are rich by material wealth. What is the reason for it? It is because the people who undertakes penance are few. The people undertaking penance are few, while people who are not undertaking penance are many. As there are many people not undertaking penance, they are poor. They are poor by material wealth. As only a very few people are undertaking penance, a very people are materially rich. This is the concept of world. But people like me are not ready to accept this concept. See, now let us see the explanation. In the world, a few people are rich and many people are poor. The main reason for it is there are only a few ascetics and many family men. That is, as there are a few ascetics and many family men, there are few rich people and many poor people in the world. That is, it is asceticism that it decides wealthiness and poverty. According to According to world level, it is asceticism that only decide the worthiness and poverty on the earth. Content. The factor of poverty is ignoring penance. Factor of poverty is ignoring penance. Core. Penance would bring fertility. Penance would bring prosperity. Note, see my comment. If asceticism is the will, what is the meaning of domestic life? If asceticism is the if asceticism is the will, what is the meaning of domestic life? If not toiling is penance, if not toiling is penance, what is the meaning of toiling? These are my questions. If asceticism is the will, what is the meaning of domestic life? If not toiling is penance, what is the meaning of toiling? Again, let us see the couplet. The reason for few have and have not many is there are few ascetics and family men many. Again, the content that is on the earth, more than 90% of people are materially poor. Only a very few, less than 5% are materially rich. Why? It is because only a very few people are undertaking penance, and most of the people are not undertaking penance. Those who are undertaking penance are rich, materially rich. Those who are not undertaking penance are materially poor. But this is the concept, this is the idea of what it is not an acceptable one. Scientifically, it is totally against natural facts. Penance, comments. Why the great sage Valdvan gives golden color to the futile penance is a great wonder. I wonder why the great sage Valdvan gives golden color to the futile penance is a great wonder to me and people like me. If we can get all things by penance, what is the need of labor? Why should man repent? If asceticism is life, what about the future? That is, if asceticism is life, what about the future? If every man becomes a hermit, becomes an ascet, then what about family life? Then how the human race could flourish? If asceticism is life, what about the future? If asceticism is life, what field for? What rich for? What home for? If asceticism is life, for what field? For what rich? For what home? Is the peasant suffering sans food, clothes, and shelter, and the ascetic enjoying life, hiding in the saffron? The fruit of the futile penance? This is my question. Is the peasant suffering sans food, clothes, and shelter, and the ascetic enjoying life, hiding in the saffron, the fruit of the futile penance? The fruit of the futile penance? If yes, if you say yes, is the laborer suffering and the waste enjoying the meaning of penance? If you give the answer, if you give the positive answer to this question, my another question is the laborer suffering and the waste enjoying is the meaning of penance? If yes, If yes, what is the futile penance for? What is the virtuous asceticism for? If yes, if you say yes for the two questions, what is the futile penance for? What is the virtuous asceticism for? See, see, my concept is ignoring asceticism and entertaining humanism would be wonderful rationalism. Ignoring asceticism and entertaining humanism would be wonderful rationalism. Respected elders, educationists, dear teachers and dear students. Thus we have seen the five couplets carrying the message. That is, the concept of world. This is, see, penance, through penance, man would achieve anything. It is the core message of world. But as far as myself is concerned, I would like to say that is, I take it in my way, that is, it is not penance. Leading a virtuous life also is a penance. Leading a virtuous family life, leading a virtuous domestic life is also penance. We need not go to the forest or go to the mountain, live in the family. Being family man, we could lead ascetic life, following the virtuous way of life. If we follow the virtuous way of life in our life, we need not bother about for anything. Everything would be all right. So, even though here Vardhan emphasizes asceticism, we would take it in our own way. We would take penance or asceticism as a discipline. Take penance as a discipline. If you lead a disciplined life, following virtue, everything in our life would be right, and no evil could harm us. This is the message. This regarding this chapter, penance. We should take penance as a discipline. It will go all right, I think that's because I'm totally against penance and some other thing. They are not in human life. An ascetic cannot come to kill, an ascetic cannot exercise physical work. If a man, both also physical and mental work, mentally, it cannot be useful to the society. A penance cannot be physically and mentally useful to the society because he lead a isolated life. But if a man leads an isolated life, then how he could be useful to the society? So, take penance as discipline and let us lead a disciplined life, following the rules paved by our forefathers on the basis of virtue. So, okay, respected elders, educationists, dear teachers and students, I thank all of you, I heartily thank all of you for listening to my comments on these five couplets under the head penance. Till I meet you in the next class, I wish all of you a very nice and sweet time. Thank you.